Hello guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I will try to explain you the difference between the two very common terms which are used when we are developing softwares for our clients. So these two terms are POC and MVP. I will try to explain you the difference between these two terms and in which situation what we have to develop. Okay, so the first term is POC. It stands for proof of concept. When we want to build an application, the first thing that we have to check is that if it is technically feasible to build this product or not. Let me try to explain you with an example. For example, if there is a client who wants to develop a plane, a small 3 to 4 people plane, who can fly with a battery and a motor inside it instead of having an engine. So they go to a company and they ask to develop such a plane, a small plane which can fly 3 to 4 people and with a battery. So when they go there, a company does a proof of concept. They build a small version of the product which can fly with battery inside it. If this is doable, it is proved that this idea is technically feasible and it can carry enough weight to fly people from one place to another. If this is feasible, they will also analyze if this is feasible idea to develop it on scale or not. Okay, if this is cost effective to develop it and if it is time bound and you can do this in a timely manner or not. Okay, so this is the technical feasibility of the product. You don't need to have a better interface UI when we are developing a POC. Reason is that at that stage the users of that POC are not going to be end users, actual users of the product. They are going to be the owner of the product and other stakeholders. And they don't need a better interface to analyze if this idea is technically feasible or not. Second term that we very commonly use is MVP. MVP stands for minimum viable product. When we are developing a product, we are basically solving a problem. So when we think about building a product, it's important that we build a version of the product which only has basic features to solve that problem. It may have a good user interface because it's going to be used by actual users, but it is not going to have all the features which are good to have. You just include must have features in the product and give it to the users and try to get feedback from them. The purpose of building an MVP is to keep cost lower and have a focused on the product basic features. Once they are done, you add those good to have features into the product. And the second purpose of building the MVP is to engage users in the start. You don't wait to develop a product for 6 months and then go to the market and try to get feedback, because at that stage there might be many competitors who enter into the market. So whenever anyone asks you what's the difference between MVP and POC, you can tell them that POC is a product which is developed just to check the technical feasibility of the product. Okay, and when you are developing an MVP, it's basically to check the market feasibility of the product. If you will build this product, will the actual users sign up for this product? Will they pay for this product? Is it going to solve their problem or not? So when you answer these questions, basically that's the right approach to develop it. Sometimes you don't need to build a POC because you are already sure that technically this is a feasible idea and you just directly go for MVP. And whenever you think about building a product, it's important to build its MVP first, but it's not important to do its POC because maybe it's technically feasible, but you have to understand the market because you cannot analyze all the time that market has a feasibility for this or not. Thank you.